Hey there, welcome to the first ever Tech Talk Thursdays with COMPAREX. Every Thursday, COMPAREX is going to bring you the latest customer questions, lessons learned, field notes from our engineers, and what's new within the offering. COMPAREX focuses on the Microsoft stack, including Office 365, Azure, software licensing, and software asset management, to name a few. If you have questions or even a topic idea, feel free to leave them in the comments or reach out. We'd love to hear from you. This week, we're going to dive into a new technology Microsoft just released called Microsoft To Do. It's an exciting product that Microsoft's been building upon through an acquisition, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. All right, if Microsoft To Do is a surprise for you, you're not alone. Microsoft acquired an app called Wunderlist in June of 2015. And it wasn't until April of 2017 that Microsoft To Do became a preview in a tenant. And finally, in February of 2018, just a little bit ago, Microsoft actually released Microsoft To Do as general availability. Many organizations were surprised by this and didn't actually see it until the tile started rolling out beginning of this month. The good news is you don't have to be afraid. Microsoft To Do, as you see on my screen, is simply an app made up of different lists, as you see on the left-hand side, followed by items in the middle. There is some intelligence built into the application, such as the light bulb in the top right we'll take a look at, that actually allows us to focus on various items within our list. Last, the items from Outlook, formerly known as Outlook Task, will actually synchronize with this application, Microsoft To Do. The good news is all of your data from the application is actually being stored in Exchange Online. And so from a security standpoint, rest assured that your data is being secured. Furthermore, we have the ability to now turn on and off at an individual user basis the licenses. Formerly, when we talked about the To-Do service coming into preview within the tenant, Microsoft allowed a tenant-wide setting to turn it on or off for all your users. Now that it's out of preview and general availability, we have the ability to turn the user's licenses on and off. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. All right, remember the light bulb we talked about a minute ago? Right here, I can click on suggestions and see what suggestions I have built upon my various tasks. And as you see, I've got my previous days that have been completed. That's great. Or I can actually simply just click on the plus to take an item from one of my other lists and add that into my today view. So as I come up here, now you'll see that these are now added here. We're not duplicating the task. We're simply just creating another view for them. But let's say I want to create a new list for travel, for example. I'm going to create a new list. We're going to call it travel. I may even want to go in and assign a nice icon so that I don't have to see the same icons for everything. Really just helps me add this emoticon so that I can actually see these lists a little bit better. So let's add a plane. And of course, let's start adding some items here, right? So we've got book a flight. As I start adding items here, then what you'll find is I can go into each of these items and either add them to my day, set specific reminders or due dates for these, or even add notes. If I've simply completed it, you just click on the completion here, or you can even click on the completion over here, or even in my day. What's also nice is all of these are also bubbled right into your Outlook to-do list as well. Looking in our web mailbox, as you can see right here, I've still got my travel. Here's the task that we actually just created right there within the to-do. Now that Microsoft To Do is generally available, Microsoft has taken back the control of being able to turn it on and off at a tenant-wide setting, and now they granularly give you control to a user setting. So to do that, we can do this either through PowerShell. As you see, I've got my service plan set for a specific user right here. And what I have highlighted is the to-do plan that's actually within there. So if I were to remove this from the user service plan, then they wouldn't be able to sign into the to-do app. Alternately, I can also go into the Office 365 Administration Center. And as you see, I've got the to-do plan turned on as well for my end user. So that would allow them to actually sign into to-do. Any user that tries to sign into Microsoft To Do who has been turned off or has their license removed, they're going to get a pop-up error message that says no to-do license found, and they're going to have to contact the administrator, of course you, to have that turned on. That doesn't mean that they can't continue to use Outlook to manage their task, depending on how you have that enabled for your users. So just thinking of that and the end user experience that's available may be something worthwhile for your user adoption. Great. So we've learned from the administration side how to turn it on and off for our end users, either through license management in the admin console or through PowerShell. We've learned how our users can sign in through their Office 365 work account, and we've learned about the security, right? We can access these tasks through our Outlook, either as end users or even through an admin interface through a discovery search. We hope this helps. If you have any questions on how to turn this on, how to administer it, or how to adopt it for your end users, we're happy to help. Feel free to reach out, leave a comment or question. And if you have any ideas for any topics for the future, we'd love to hear them.